Hi Cancer, welcome to your new moon in Scorpio reading for November 13th, 2023. I've attempted a few times to do these readings and they've kind of all gone wrong. This is, I believe, my second or third time trying. And if it doesn't go right this time, then I'm just not going to put them out because maybe I'm not supposed to. I don't know. In any case, new moons bring in new cycles. You're starting this new cycle with the sacred temple. Number 5, the spirit. So you're working a little more in depth, more internal, with some, I would say, more sacred or divine consciousness. You may be wanting to or feeling like you want to meditate more or pray more or just be more open-minded. A lot of Cancer signs are psychic and intuitive, so you may be matching up or hearing more information through spirit. You may be getting downloads. It's that kind of energy. You are watching a tarot reading, so I'm assuming that you have a more open mind. So 5 is a number of instability. It is the roller coaster ride. It's very changeable. And so there can be things going on around you that are a little bit unstable that push you to find balance. And in doing so, maybe you look to something a little more lofty, a little more sacred, a little more divine. Okay. Your focus, so that's the direction of the reading, your focus is judgment. Okay, so you may be judging even what you hear today. But it's freedom, rebirth, a fresh start, renewal, and life purpose. So there may be some information that comes to light that you will have to make a judgment on. They can be epiphanies. And that's what I mean by maybe you're getting information, and you can get it from a lot of different ways. But it's something that kind of touches your core value, your deepest part of yourself. And when that part of you hears truth, it rings true somehow. It doesn't even have to make a lot of logical sense, but there's some reverberation in it that just sort of rings true. Okay, so let's see where that's going. It is sort of like the clarion call, a call to action. You hear something and it just sparks something within that calls you to action, that says, okay, this is what I'm doing, or where I know I'm supposed to be on this planet. That kind of energy. Very interesting. And it is interesting times. So let's see where this is going. I'm going to put out all the cards first. And the first placement is what the new moon is bringing in for you, because new moons begin new cycles. But it can also be where you find yourself at the time of the new moon. Same thing, really. But what I mean by that is maybe you're not physically starting something new, or maybe you are. But it is a new cycle, and so whether you're starting it or not, there's something going on there that is a catalyst to something new. So this second column is you and how you deal with the whole situation, how you're behaving in it. And the last column is what comes of it. What are the outcomes? What are the most likely outcomes if you can continue on with this same energy? Because, of course, we have free will. And probably just for the 2 weeks, mostly because full moons close out these cycles. Okay, let's get started. Okay. Well, you are definitely ending a very difficult mental cycle with this Ten of Swords. And your perspective is really important. So it's really good to tap into your higher self, the sacred temple, which is your super consciousness, your higher self, and the practices that you do. I mean, nature can be a sacred temple because that's where the truth lies, right? Nature is truth. Nature can't lie. Your perspective is really important. Is this the end of a hard and difficult day, or is it the beginning of something new? Only you can answer that. But we are looking with, for yourself rather, we're looking at to find peace of mind here. He's holding up a little peace sign with his hand. It is the surrender card. It's kind of like, I'm done, I give up, I've had enough, I can't fight this anymore. There's no struggle left inside of me. 10 is the frequency of endings and, well, simultaneously beginning something new. And this is negative or positive depending on your perspective, right? Are you just tired and you're giving up? Or are you giving up this particular struggle in order to begin something new? And it appears to me that you are beginning something new with that Ace of Pentacles, which is a really nice card. It's a seed. And it is my spring timing card, so it's a seed that we plant now that can grow into a really nice money tree in the future, meaning that maybe your harvest comes later. But we're planting it now, it seems, in the fall. But it is my spring timing card. Now this can be born from the difficulties that you've had, or the wisdom that you gained through those difficulties can help to nurture that seed. For me, it appears that you will take whatever happened here and use it to fertilize, to germinate this seed. This can be sort of unstable efforts, or maybe they were unstable in the past, but that seems to be changing here with that Ace of Pentacles. Or this new beginning can start off in instability, but this is definitely making some strategies, making some plans with that Seven of Swords, and figuring out the best way to deal with this new path that you're heading on. And it's, I think, taking a lot of mental energy from you at the moment, because we have two swords here, so that's your mental energy. But it seems to me like there's something that is a little bit outside of the box, or maybe something comes up in a surprising way through your meditations, or through deep thought, or deep feeling. Because 7 is a number of... it's an out-of-the-box energy. It's not conventional. It's highly unconventional. And so maybe you're thinking a little bit outside of the box for this new Ace of Pentacles, new pathway that you're going to go down. Now, the pathway has mountains in the background, right? So that means you're going to come up against some challenges and rewards, but that would happen with any decision that you make. And so this is sort of about leaving your safe space to go out and venture out into a new sort of adventure and see what that has to offer. Even though you feel a little bit, with that Seven of Swords, you don't feel completely sure of yourself here. Or there's just some unstable energy around it. You're behaving like the Knight of Cups and the Page of Swords. The Knight of Cups can be that you're offering an invitation out to somebody. But we are looking at somebody who's either very similar to you, or maybe a relative. I know Thanksgiving is coming up, so maybe we're planning for that, or even just the holidays that are coming up in the States regarding Thanksgiving. But, everybody kind of does something around Christmas, whatever your situation is. But there can be fun invitations that you send out because this is how you're behaving. But again, we have the sacred temple here, so this can be searching for, right? Something heartfelt, a place, a people, a situation. Maybe you're taking this new action, this new seed, and offering it to other people, but it has something to do with the heart, right? It's a very generous offer, it's a very generous invitation. And it's heartfelt, it comes from the heart. You have the Page of Swords here. The Page of Swords is definitely my card of, it's associated with Taurus, and he's the detective. He'll go to great lengths to figure out information and uncover things, the questions that are in his mind. And so you can be doing some detective work as well. You could just be behaving as a Taurus, which is a pretty go-getter, hard-working person. And this may be in order to shore up your finances or your physical instabilities. So again, we are looking at instability here in both of these cards. And so I think you're done with it. I think you're tired of it. I think you want to move on to something else. This can also be people that you offer who are having some difficulty themselves, right? And you're offering them a safe space or a kind gesture, good words, loving kindness with that Knight of Cups. Really, it's kind. It's kindness. I mean, with the temple path there, right? The sacred temple. Maybe you're offering meditative courses. Maybe it's that kind of thing. You're offering something kind here. These are challenges that we face together, right? So it almost feels like a gathering of some sort for somebody. But it's kind of like the light from the inside of this sacred space, right? This sacred temple, because it's stained glass, and it's offering some refuge to people who are having some difficulty. And it's a solid offer because of the Page of Swords. Nothing more solid than a Taurus. Okay, interesting. The outcome is the Star card and the King of Swords. King of Swords is my Libra card. Aquarius is the aspect of the rules, rather, the star. Things are under a lucky star, especially where future is concerned. And so planting the seed now does bring you something really nice for the future. And it's a very hopeful card. And what you have to offer offers hope to people who are despondent or having challenges, going through some difficulties. You can be a guiding light for people. And I say that again because here you are the young page, and in the future you become the king, right? You become a master of your mental capabilities, which really kind of brings me back to meditation or ways of dealing with the mind. The Star card is very optimistic, but it's very future-oriented. And because it is Aquarius, it has a lot to do with technology and information. Information that's passed on. The interesting thing about the Star card for me is that it is the water bearer, and water holds information. It holds memory. And water's in our system, right? In our physical system, in our world, the waters that we drink from all contain the experiences of everything. It is the collective consciousness, if you will. So this card also says that what is available to one person is available to everyone, right? Different mindsets, different experiences that we've all had. We don't all have to go through the same experience because the information of that experience exists out in the Akash, if you will, right, in the waters of our planet, in the plasma of the energy that fills the space of objects, right? The empty space is not empty. It can also be a bit of a vulnerable card. There can be some vulnerability where the star card is concerned. But we have faith and we have trust that even if we're naked in the forest or right in nature, that we're well taken care of here. The King of Swords is going to be somebody who is a little bit sharp in features. They can be, if this is not you, so this can be somebody with a pointy nose or chin or sharp cheekbones, sharp eyes. They are very logic. I want to say logic and reason, and they use facts and figures to make their choices, their decisions. So there's very often law, military, the police, psychologists, right? Anything to do with the mental world, regimented energy, military, that kind of energy. Mediators, that's the King of Swords. They don't bring a lot of sentimentality into their decision making. I'm not saying that they're not sentimental people or they can't have a sentimental side. We have a whole chart that we deal with, so it's not just your sun sign that tells you if you're sentimental or not. But when making the important decisions, they do not allow a lot of sentimental energy to help make those decisions. They want facts and figures. With that, you can get some creative solutions to situations, and this is very collaborative, cooperative efforts with the Three of Pentacles. You can be receiving instruction, you can be giving instruction here. They are creative solutions to situations that may have been difficult or unstable. And again, you have the 5 energy here. So we could be getting epiphanies. We can be making decisions, right, judgments on difficult situations that help to bring creative solutions and future-oriented plans that are under a lucky star, which is really nice. The creative solutions come up here. Very possibly through epiphanies. Like I said, this can be you twice. But there is a maturation going on here. We're maturing through something here. And it has a lot to do with our mental capacity. What does Spirit want you to know? This is a card that goes very well with the Sacred Temple and the Judgment card. But this is the card that does not belong in the regular tarot deck, so I can only read it to you. It's called the Messenger, and it's spirit guides and ignorance or ignoring the message that's coming your way. And this is protection, so that vulnerability, right, that we are protected somehow. Divine signs, the Sacred Temple, the Ace of Pentacles, this is something that comes out of nowhere, right? So there's signs and symbols around you, the epiphanies that you have. Unreceptive, rather. I mean, if anything, it would be these cards, and that may or may not be you. But eventually you get it. Eventually something drops here. Disregard. Again, disregarding messages or the thoughts that can come in that reverberate, right? You really feel them, but your mind gets in the way, and the mind can be like, oh, that's nonsense, or where did that come from, or that sort of thing. But really the body is your sacred temple, and it can tell you so many things if you don't let all the thoughts get in the way. There has to be a nice balance between what we feel, our emotions, and what we think, right? Still, those thoughts are a catalyst. Still, those thoughts are something that comes in that you can feel into, right? So you have a thought and you feel into that thought. You don't make more thoughts from it. You just sort of feel into it. And if anybody knows that, I think you do, Cancer, because you're highly intuitive and hopefully respect those messages that come in. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I find it quite interesting. I hope it's been helpful. Thank you for listening. I'll return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. And until then, take good care.